Hi, today I want to share some of the highlights from our latest IBM Cloud Transformation Advisor release. I'm happy to say that we have added Apache Tomcat to the list of Java application servers that we now support. So you can now download a Tomcat data collector and run it on a server where your Tomcat application server is running or against specific Tomcat applications. And the results will be uploaded to Transformation Advisor. So I have already run the data collector on Tomcat server, so now I'll upload the zip file that the data collector generated to view the recommendations and see the deployment artifacts that Transformation Advisor has created to help me move my Tomcat hosted applications to Liberty in the cloud. So we can see here that Transformation Advisor has discovered these applications and has classified them as simple to move to Liberty on the cloud. If we scroll down here, we can see one that's moderate, so suggests there may be some code changes needed here, so we can drill into this application. And we can see here that there's a recommendation here to don't use Apache Tomcat logging. So we can go into the detailed report and show the rule help here. And as we can see, TA has detected logging methods from the org Apache logging package, and as with all of TA's recommendations, your developers should delve deeper into the analysis report where you'll find fixed recommendations. In this case, the recommendation is to migrate your application to use the Java util logging logger class. So let's see what else is new in the latest release. In our 192 release in February, we started showing the dependency relationships between an application and any shared libraries, and our MQ queue managers that were scanned. So we've improved on that in the latest release so that these relationships are shown even if these dependency targets have not been scanned yet. So we can see after scanning these applications that they do in fact have some shared libraries, but we don't have the details on them, so therefore they're shown in black. This is common where you scan applications on a WebSphere deployment manager and shared libraries are in fact on a node. What we want to do is we want to populate these relationships with the actual shared libraries. So we run our data collection on the node that contains those shared libraries, and we upload that data collector zip file. When I do that upload, you can see here the shared libraries that have been discovered. And if we go back to the previous profile, we can now see that these shared libraries have now been associated with the application, that there's still one that hasn't been uploaded, as shown in black, but the others are linked to the details on each of the shared libraries that are associated with that application. In addition, you can see within the shared library links back to other applications that use that same library. The data collector now detects when a managed node is being scanned and exits, displaying a message to ensure that it is the most appropriate location for the scan, as it may not have all the applications you expect installed on it. You can then choose to override and run anyway by including the scan node flag. Also, to help you, we have enhanced the data collector so that there is now notification when shared libraries are referenced by applications but do not exist on the server being scanned. The data collector scan will exit and tell you what shared libraries are missing. You can force the scan using the ignore missing shared library flag and run a separate scan on the node. Other enhancements include support for the verbose parameter in the data collector that will help you to troubleshoot any scanning issues. We also now have support in the data collector for the exclude files parameter. This can be used to exclude irrelevant large files that are impacting performance. We can enable this by making a change to the custom command in the properties file here. Some other changes of note, our instructions are now provided for migrating to traditional WebSphere base running on containers. Let's see here, if we find an app we want to take to WAS, we have instructions on various options that are available to you to move a single application in a VM or move an entire cell to Cloud Private. We've also done some work in this release on the migration bundle using the Liberty Helm charts for applications that you're migrating. they're now configured automatically to use ingress in ICP. So if we just have a quick look at the Helm chart that's generated here, you can see in the values.yaml file parameters for enabling ingress by default when the migrated app is installed in ICP. Also, you'll notice that the context root is automatically populated so that when you do deploy your application to ICP and you go through your deployments, the launch will launch straight now into your application using that context root. And finally, if you haven't done so already, you should check out our Git pages at transformationadvisor.github.io. Here you'll find an extensive list of frequently asked questions with some answers there, obviously, and some videos and other documentation on Transformation Advisor. Thank you for listening, and talk to you again soon.